Welcome to our stream today and welcome to What the Tech. I'm Rolando Rosas, your host, along with my co-host, Dave Kelly.
What's going on, Rolando? I thought I was the host and you were the co-host. I guess things get figured out quickly on live.
You know what? It doesn't matter. I can sit back here, let you run things. I'll just go grab my chair and just let back. You know, you can do all the talking. That's okay. It's Friday.
It is Friday. It is Friday.
Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. We've got a really good session today. We've got a special guest, DeLaine Clifford. We'll be bringing her on in a little bit. We've got several products that we're going to review today and show you how they performed in an in-kitchen test. Right here in my kitchen, I take several of the Bluetooth headsets, go around the kitchen with several different things that you probably do right in your house if you're working from home or otherwise using a headset. So we'll save all the antics for the video. I think you'll get a real good kick out of it here in a little bit. Dave, I'm sure a lot of folks that are watching us today can relate to some of the things that we're going to review today, right?
Absolutely. You know what? My second favorite place in my house is certainly my kitchen, and so it'll be interesting to see how the products perform.
All right. Well, before we get to all of the reviews and product demonstrations, we want to go ahead and do the trivia question for today. So, Ori, let me know when you have that ready. All right. Okay. So we thought we'd have a little bit of fun with the trivia question for today. So we wanted to see which of these Bruce Willis movies that showed some hands-free devices, or actually somebody in that movie, grossed the most sales in terms of box office sales. Was it The Fifth Element, one of my favorite ones, Armageddon, or Die Hard, the fourth edition from 2007? So we will reveal the answer at the end of the stream. So let's go ahead and get to it. So let's tee this up first. So we took 6 headsets, all of them Bluetooth headsets, all of them from well-known manufacturers, and a different price point so that you have a good idea of priced high, low, boom, and no boom. And it was a tougher thing to judge from a sound quality perspective. As you see the videos, you'll see that some of them sounded the same. So I had to throw on a pair of really good headphones and listen to this playback really well to try to come up with from 1 through 6. So we're going to start backwards at number 6, and then we're going to move up to number 1. So if you have a pair of headphones that you can wear while you're listening to the demonstrations, you're actually going to hear some of the different nuances that are in the audio. So Ori, let's start with number 6. Okay. Well, I've been told that we need to do one more thing before we start our product review. Let me just back up here. So one of the other things that we really enjoy having, we had another a review a couple of weeks back at the end of the year and got a lot of comments on, were that we had some special guests. And today we have not just a special guest, we have a very special guest. This person, DeLaine Clifford, she has over 15 years of telecom experience, and not only is she knowledgeable, but she makes the process of getting your solutions activated, consulting with you, very fun, so that you're not just stuck with a solution with nobody to have a lifeline for you. So she can actually manage and do this for you very easily, very quickly. And she encourages clients to evaluate no less than 3 providers when she is working with you to make sure that you're getting a well-rounded opinion on the different solutions that are available. She takes the lead. She walks side by side to educate and enlighten you, as well as coaching you through the process. And when it comes time for a decision, you'll be confident that the solution that you're choosing is the best one for your organization. So now, without further ado, I want to introduce DeLaine Clifford. Welcome to What the Tech.
Hello, thank you. That was a wonderful intro. Hope I can live up to all that goodness.
Oh, you should. I have no doubt. It's going to be really easy. This is going to be real easy for you. It's going to be teeing it up as a layup for you. So
I love it.
All right. So let's get to number 6. So number 6 on our list, as you'll see when the video starts rolling, we have the Mpow Vont. Now, this particular headset I thought it was quite good when, as long as there was no noise, the voice can be heard clearly. But you'll see once the video starts rolling, you start hearing some of the background noises. You'll see why we put it at number 6. So go ahead, Ori, roll that footage. So in this test, we have the Vont Mpow Bluetooth headset that I'm wearing. We're going to do a TV test with the TV playing in the background. Okay, so I've got the football game running in the background. I'll go quiet. All right, so in this test, we've got a pile of dishes that we're going to load into the dishwasher. Probably not all of them, just enough so you get an idea. So, all right, so here we go. I'm going to take these plates. They've been waiting for me all day. Put them in the load. All right, I'm going to just stack a few here. Grab a few plates. I'm going to go quiet now. All right. Whoa. Almost picked up the rug right off the floor. So we've got the Mpow Vont headset. I'm doing my chores. I'm gonna just put that guy over there. Back up a little bit by 11 feet here. Now I've decided I've had enough of the vacuum cleaner. I'm done doing the chores for now. So this has been the test with the Mpow/Vont Bluetooth headset against the vacuum cleaner and the TV, as well as a little one here on my side who's helping me out. All right. So let's since we're gonna do rocket ratings instead of stars. Here's my thoughts on that one. Everything besides my voice was making it into the microphone. The pots, the pans, the vacuum cleaner, even my little one who was not next to me. He was further away, actually, when we shot that video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kick it off with a little bit of what I thought in terms of the ratings. Oh, are you ready with the ratings? Or all right. So from a noise blocking capability, I thought this just got a 1. Everything made it into microphone. There was no audio processing in terms of actually trying to filter it out or block this noise. And voice clarity, I gave it a 3. It was okay, but as soon as the noise kicked in any of the background, and if Uri cut out a small part where I was actually closer to the TV, you could actually hear the entire broadcast coming through. So I gave it an overall 4 out of 10. What do you think, Dave?
I agree. When you were doing the dishes, I felt like I was there. When you were vacuuming, I felt like I was there. So it's really not doing a great job with that noise blocking at all. So I also would give that a 1. The voice clarity, there's no static on the line. It sounded good. It sounded pretty decent, for an inexpensive headset. And I'd also give that a 3.
All right.
Total 4.
Awesome. And then to our special guest today, DeLaine. What do you think about what you heard or saw?
Yeah, I would agree with both of your ratings, and I just would love to offer for you to come over and do my dishes.
Hey, what did you say, Rolando? These have been waiting for me all day.
You know what? When conditions are right and I can fly again, I'll go ahead and take you up. I'll do that. For you, I'll do that.
Beautiful. Awesome. I'll take it.
All right. So we've got the overall rating. So that's why it was number 6. Now, the next one. We've done some tests on this particular, the Apple AirPods, and other demonstrations. What we're seeing is that it is still having a hard time with some of the noise blocking, but I'll let you be the judge of that. So, Ori, let's go ahead and roll it to the most popular headset on the planet, the Apple AirPods. So this is a test with the Apple AirPods. So we've got the game in the background with the Buffalo Bills and the Ravens. Now I'm going to go quiet for a few seconds to see if you hear any background noises, including the TV and other things that may be roaming around, maybe a little one. So that's about 8 feet away from the audio source. And now we're about 2 feet away from the audio source here. See if you catch any of that noise from the game. All right. In this test, we have the Apple AirPods. I'm going to talk a little bit while I load a little bit of this dishwasher, just to see what it sounds like when you're talking, and maybe talking to a loved one or a friend. And grab some of these. And I'll go quiet here, see if you can pick up some of that noise. All right. So in this test, we're taking the Apple AirPods. We're going to take a vacuum cleaner. So let's get started with this test. I'm going to vacuum here. Well, got to keep the place nice and tidy. Leave that there. I'm going to back away for about 11 feet. That should give you an idea. All right. This has been a test with the Apple AirPods. All right. What do you?
That floor's going to be that part of that one part of the rug is going to be so clean by the end of this episode. I can
It'll be very clean. Now that's where I draw the line, DeLaine. If you're asking me to go clean the carpets, you get a no. Niet.
Okay, fair enough.
All right. So in this one, again with the noise blocking, I thought it was similar to the Mpow. So every bit of noise, dishes and vacuum, there was zero capability to filter that out. It was coming in along with my voice. So I give it a 1 for its noise blocking capability. Now, in terms of voice clarity, I thought it was right along the same lines with the Mpow. So I didn't see a big improvement. It was very slight. It was ever so slight. I would have maybe given it a 3.5 in terms of voice clarity. But just that's about as much as I would give it. Now, I'm going to ask DeLaine, what do you think about that? What were your thoughts on what you saw or heard?
You know, I feel like by the end of this, I'm going to need to buy a new headset because that's what I live and breathe off of.
Well, we're here to educate. That's what we're doing.
I'm getting an education, absolutely. So I think it, like, the white noise, like, I couldn't hear the game as well on this one if you were further away. Mm-hmm. So I think the noise blocking was, like, a tad better, but I would still give it a 1. Mm-hmm. And the voice clarity, again, I agree, 3.5 is about where I'd rate this.
Right. And it's so difficult when you're talking now, these little nuances, especially at a distance, when you're listening to the dishes or the vacuum, it's clear. I mean, you don't have any doubt where it stands. Dave, what were your thoughts on this one?
You know what? I feel the same way as both of you. It's not doing any noise blocking. I shouldn't say that. It does a slightly better job than the other product, but so I'd give that a 1.5. And voice clarity, you know, it doesn't sound half bad. I'd also give that a 3.5. So about 4 to 5 stars, somewhere around there.
Okay. All right. Now, when we go to, and I think this is just my thoughts on the Apple, they may not have an onboard chip that's blocking out those noises or their firmware doing that. I don't know. I'd love to reach out to any engineer at Apple, hit us up with a message. We'd love to have you on and give us some more details on that. So as we move up the charts, up to number, what are we up on? We are on number 4. All right, so we're at 4 and 3. So number 4 and 3, these two also were very close. I think you're going to see some slight improvements, especially on the first portion of the audio test. So at number 4, we have the Jabra Evolve 65Ts. These are very popular because a lot of folks are wearing more earbud style of headsets, and this is one of the more popular ones. So we wanted to test it in the in-home environment. So go ahead, Ori, roll it to that one. All right, so in this test, we're taking the Jabra 65Ts with the TV running in the background. I've got a football game. All right, so I'm going to go back. I'll buy my laptop, and we're going to the commercial right now. So this actually be a good test as commercials tend to be louder. I'll go quiet. All right, that should give you an idea. About 2 feet away. A little more than that, probably about 3 feet. Let's get a little closer. 2.5 feet. All right, so that's, now let me shut that off. Okay, so in this test, we've got a load of dishes. Okay, so we've got dishes we're going to put in there, and maybe I'm not the best dishwasher. It's not my forte. Oh, and look, an earpiece dropped out. So actually, this would be good because you could see that there's no faking it here. So I'm just going to pop that boy back in. But what you want is see if this noise makes it in to this video. Much better. And that has been the Jabra Evolve 65T dish loading test. Okay, how about those bubbles going down the sink?
Yeah. It sounded like a sound effect. It sounded like a sound effect.
I queued up a sound effect without even knowing it. So on this one, there was no vacuum test. We actually shot it like 3 times. There was some kind of audio issue, and instead of putting something on that was not going to reflect the product accurately, we just took it out. So no vacuum test on this one. So on this one, I want to throw it first to Dave. Dave, go ahead, let us know what you thought.
You know what? Your audio sounds really, really good, and that's to be expected. Jabra's an audio company. When you were talking, during the football test and doing the dishes, I could hear you clearly. It didn't do a great job with the noise blocking, but it did a little bit better than some of the other products. For voice clarity, you know what? I got to give it a 4, and for noise blocking, I'd give it 2.
All right. Not bad. Okay, for the Evolve and DeLaine, what did you think?
I agree with Dave. I think that's dead on with what the experience was.
Both on the noise blocking and clarity?
Yeah, the voice was definitely clearer. So that was, I could tell a difference between the 2 previous.
All right. So you guys are right on up. I went with a 3 for voice clarity. And for noise blocking, it's better than the AirPods and the Mpow. So I gave it a 2 on that one. So let's roll into our number 3. And I think what you're going to see with number 3 is that you're gonna have some of the onboard noise process where it processes some of this noise out with the EPOS Presensce UC. This is also a product that was called Sennheiser. It's now called EPOS. So this is the EPOS Presensce UC Bluetooth headset. Go ahead, Rory, roll it. So in this test, we've got the EPOS Presensce UC Bluetooth headset. So let's get started. I've got the Buffalo Bills game running in the background there. So I'll just go quiet here for a few seconds and see if you catch some of that action from the game. Okay, so now I'm going to go close to the audio source here, about 2.5 feet away, and I'll go quiet and see if you can hear some of that action. Okay, so that's the audio test with the TV playing in the background with the Sennheiser EPOS Presensce Bluetooth headset. What a mouthful. In this test, we're putting it right here next to a bunch of dishes. Let's get started. So I've got all kinds of dishes here waiting for me. So I'm doing a little pre-washing. All right, I'll go quiet here and let's hear this. That should give you an idea of what's going on. So in this test, we're taking the EPOS Sennheiser Bluetooth headset for an indoor challenge with a vacuum cleaner. All right. You can see I'm taking this bad boy for a spin, and maybe you realize, oh, that noise is a little too much. Step away, and you realize, oh, wow, that is too noisy. You got to come back all the way over here. And this has been a test with the Presensce UC Bluetooth headset. All right. A little bit better.
Yeah,
a little bit better.
definitely.
I thought that from the standpoint of just the noise all around, all the pain points that you were seeing with the previous 3, you still hear it, but a little less, as if it was taking some of those background noises away. So I bumped up my noise blocking capability, and I gave it a 3.
Good. Yeah, I would agree with that.
And from a voice clarity, I also gave it a 3. So for me, it was 6 out of 10. So 3 and 3. I would have given maybe a little 3.5, on the voice clarity simply because once the noise kicked in with the vacuum, you could actually hear my voice going through and a little bit less of the vacuum cleaner.
Yeah, I would
So,
agree. I would agree with that. You know, the noise blocking, it does a really good job. I didn't hear any of the television. When you were doing the dishes, I almost wanted to close my eyes to see if my brain could figure out what you were doing. And the vacuum, I thought it did a really good job with that. So I'm gonna give it a 4 for voice clarity and a 3 for noise blocking.
and I know that you guys weren't paying attention, but the Buffalo Bills game is you're Buffalo fans. Well, you're in New England, so you'd be a Patriots fan, right?
I am a Patriots fan and go Cleveland.
And DeLaine, or do you follow football? Are you a football fan or no?
I don't, but I enjoy the commercials at Super Bowl.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome. Some of them are
The
good.
only time you'll catch me watching a commercial.
So you love the halftime stuff, especially, right?
It depends. Depends on the performer.
Which was the last performance that you liked on their halftime that you watched?
The J-Lo one came to mind, but I don't remember them very well. I mean, that's how into football I am. I'll talk baseball to you all day, but football's not my thing.
Ah, are you a Yank? Okay, all right. No doubt. Okay, gotcha. All right, J-Lo was very good. A little controversial, but really good. You know, some people really loved it. Some people were didn't like.
It was very adult like.
Good way to keep it clean. Absolutely, love that. So, what did you think about what you heard?
I agree with your ratings. I'd probably give it a 3 and a 3. I would say this is the perfect headset for anyone that watches TV while they work. Because when you were sitting back down, I could not hear that TV at all.
Right. And so this is from 3 to 1. You're going to have solutions that are really geared for that professional who is going to be doing a lot more work from home and really needs a little bit more than just the type of solution that you would get from a $30 headset like the Mpow, which we saw first. All right, so now we move to the top 2 spots. In the number 2 position, and this particular one has done really well in our other tests, and it still continues to do well, and that's the Plantronics 5200 UC. And I'll just remind our audience, the reason why we use the UC version is that the UC version is designed for business professionals. It comes with a Bluetooth dongle that's made to use with your PC. So you can use it with your mobile phone in the way we shot these videos, as well as in future product demonstrations that we're going to bring to you. We're going to show you its capability on all these headsets on how it works with the PC. So without further ado, Ori, let's go ahead and roll it to number 2. So in this test, we're checking out the noise canceling properties of the Plantronics 5200 UC. We have TV running in the background. I'm going to step away for about 8 feet. I got the TV running in the background, so hopefully you get to hear some of that, or maybe not. Right now, hopefully you're hearing nothing, but we'll see. Let's get back a little closer to the audio source. And I'm about 2.5 feet away from it. I'll go quiet. All right, now we'll roll over to the next test. So in this test, we're gonna take some dishes and we're gonna put them into the dishwasher and take a few. Let's see, and this registers around 50 to 60 dBs, and I'm gonna go quiet here while I go ahead and put some dishes in the dishwasher. All right. All right, that's the quick rundown on the 5200 UC on the dish putting away exercise. Got a vacuum over here. I'm going to turn that bad boy on, use it for a few seconds. Let's see what that sounds like. All right. Well, I don't know if you can see, but I got a lot of dust in here that I've got to actually clean. I'm going to park the vacuum, step away, about 11 feet away. And that has been the Plantronics 5200 UC And I'm done vacuuming. All right. Well, you can really tell a difference here, especially when you got to the vacuum. The noise level from the vacuum dropped down. Also, what I'm noticing as I'm listening to this now again, is that all of these headsets really struggle with the dishes because of the nature of the sound. It's spiky, you get metallic clinging and clanging, dishes moving around, and the processing, the chip may not have enough time to process that audio because it's not a continuous, it just kind of comes in and comes out, comes in and comes out.
Right.
So it probably makes it harder to process that sound out. So if you're doing dishes and you have your headset, and you've seen from the first 5 so far, it's going to struggle to block those dishes out. So probably no dishes when I come over and do the dishes, okay? And I'm talking on the headset, right?
All right. I think dishes during the workday is totally unacceptable. We should never do dishes during the workday.
No, but sometimes you didn't get really to see if you had a top down, you see how piled up they were from that day. But sometimes you got to do them. But yes, like you said, dishes during the workday, highly not advised. So in this, for the 5200, I went with a 4 for voice clarity because it did pretty good job when I stepped away from the TV. The voice came through even though you had the vacuum going. The vacuum noise did drop down. So I gave it a 4 for voice clarity. I gave it a 3 for noise blocking because it did better on the TV sound. Did better than the others on the vacuum, but like the others, struggled with the dishes. So what do you think, Dave?
You know what? It's just such a great product. The audio quality comes through crisp. I would give that a 4. And I'd also agree with a 3 for the noise blocking. It's not going to keep everything out of the background. The one thing about everyone working at home these days is, you know what? We're not ashamed of the background noise. We're not ashamed of maybe the sound of a dish or a child or maybe the TV we would. But, overall, I would feel confident wearing a product like this. So I would agree with your score. Overall, 7.
All right. And to our in-house baseball fan, DeLaine, what did you think?
You guys are tough. I think it had great voice quality, so I'm so curious what number 1 is. I mean, I would say that's a pretty clear voice quality. I'd almost give it a 5.
Okay, but that's why we bring we have our own jaded perspectives.
That's right.
And some outsider, that's totally legit. That's exactly what we want to hear. Maybe we're being too harsh.
Yeah, and then I would say noise blocking about the same. Plantronics, they're tried and true.
Okay, so you're getting them a 7 out of 10. All right. Well, no, wait, that would have been 8. 8. I'm struggling with basic math, so 8 out of 10. Thanks, Dave. So now our number 1 headset here is the BlueParrott. This one's also been on several other tests that we've done in the past. It did fare better. I'll let you make those decisions after you see the video. So go ahead, Ori, roll it. So in this test, we've got the BlueParrott B350-XT headset. I've got a football game running in the background there. It's 3-0. And we've got a commercial that just came on. So it's perfect because usually the audio goes up a little bit. So I'll go quiet. Now I'm going to go a little closer to the audio source. I'm about 2.5 feet, 2 feet away from it. Okay, so now we're going to move over. So in this test, I'm taking a load of dishes and I'm put it into the dishwasher. All right, so we've got dishes here that have been waiting to get loaded all day. I'm cooking and doing a few other things. All right, it's never the most fun of chores, although some people say it's meditation. I'm not one of those people. All right, so in this test, we've got the vacuum test, and I've got a football game running in the background. Let's see how this does. All right, so in the vacuum, see if this bad boy filters out. Maybe you get a call. Hey, what's up? I'm watching the game. Lamar Jackson. Ah! He gets hit. Down goes Lamar Jackson. Just put the vacuum over there. I'm really distracted by the noise of the vacuum cleaner. So I'm going to have to call you back because I'm really into this game and I can't take 3 things going on at once. And that's been the BlueParrott B350 indoor challenge test. All right. All right. So I'm not going to say anything. I'm going to throw it to DeLaine first. Let her give her opinions on what she saw.
Well, I think that one was the best noise blocker, so I'd probably give it a 4.
Okay.
If we're doing a competition here.
Right.
And voice clarity, I'd say 4.5. I
Okay.
feel like the other one was a little bit more clear on voice clarity. I could hear you moving, and I think that's just having that microphone there. You kind of get that moving feedback sometimes.
Wow. Okay. So you agree that it was doing a better job in overall, and you thought voice clarity was quite similar to the Plantronics when you said the other. That's that what you meant?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. And so, Dave, what are your thoughts on what the BlueParrott has done on this particular gauntlet of tests?
You know, outside of the clarity of the voice and the noise blocking, this headset's not gonna fall off your head when you're doing all that extra work around the house. So that's always good. The noise blocking, man, I didn't hear anything. I mean, I heard the vacuum cleaner when you first turned that on, but it killed that audio, brought that down. I didn't hear the football game at all. The dishes, a little bit. I'm going to give that a 4 for noise blocking and a 5 for voice clarity as well.
All right. So I thought, let me tell you, the game was not on full blast, but you could not hear it at all. All the other headsets brought a little bit of that in. And that's why I even went as close to the TV as I did, because I knew that in the past it had done a really good job of blocking sound out. And in what you see is that continuous sound like a TV. In this case, it was a football game, the broadcaster's talking. It does a really good job of taking that out. Now, just like the other ones, it struggled a little bit with the dishes, but it did not sound like the first couple of headsets that we were listening to at the beginning. And definitely on the vacuum side, the noise level of the vacuum came way down compared to some of the other ones. So to take a page right out of DeLane's playbook, this one would be certified TV rated, and maybe not so much for dishes, but maybe a little bit for some other stuff like vacuuming.
Agreed.
So I gave it a 5 on voice clarity, because you could keep hearing my voices continuously through the entire even though these were all clips that were chopped up, you kept hearing my voice all the way through. It did not break up. It was continuous. The sound quality was there. And I thought it did a really good job from a noise blocking perspective. And I would have given it 4.5, 5 stars. Obviously, I would give, you know what, I would give it a 4, because you're not going to get anything out of the dishes. Everyone struggled with that, but it did a much better job on the TV side as well as the vacuum than the others. Okay. And so the producer, and I don't think you heard it, but he's saying, so Ori, which is our guy in the cloud, you can't see him, but he would have rated it a 5 because it didn't hurt his ears when listening to all of these videos coming back through the stream. So he would have given it a 5 out of 5. So good going, Ori. Thanks for chiming in. I know you can't hear him if you're listening to us on our stream. And so actually, let me segue a little bit here. As folks are listening to us and we're wrapping this up, I want to remind you to hit all the buttons, the bells and the whistles, dings and dongs and whatever. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, and if you're on Amazon, we have several of these products featured right below in the carousel today. You can check these out. These are available. These will ship depending where in the country. They can even ship today. If not, you'll get those sometime during the week. And if you're on Amazon, they can actually deliver it to your car if you have one of their supported cars that have the subscription service that allows you to access those users. So do all of that good stuff. We love having DeLaine on today. But before we say goodbye, let's roll with the trivia question. And Ori, throw that up so we show our folks what the answer is on this one. Okay, all right. So which of these movies that had Bruce Willis as the megastar on them and also featured headsets or had headsets in the movie grossed the most in the box office? Fifth Element, my personal favorite, my sentimental favorite, Armageddon, lots of action, or Die Hard, the 4th edition. And the answer? Die Hard 4. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong Armageddon. I read the wrong one. Armageddon. Look at that. I'm looking way at the bottom of the screen. So Armageddon. That's my bad. So Armageddon, 1998. Great movie. Bruce. I've probably watched that like 20 or 30 times. Die Hard, and then came in at number 2. And Fifth Element, which was my favorite, was dead last. So there you go. I picked the loser one out of all the 3. Dave, you would have thought that who do you think the winner would have been on that one?
I knew that Armageddon was definitely the winner on that one, but I still have yet to see The Fifth Element. I heard it's kind of a cult classic.
Oh, I love it. DeLaine, any favorites in that or no?
The only one I think I've seen is Armageddon, but I knew that one was a big box office hit at the time. So that was my guess.
Oh, there you go. You'd have been right. Okay. All right. Well, thank you everybody for joining us today. And okay, thank you. I'm being reminded once again to make sure that our special guest, DeLaine, is an expert. She is billed as the call center expert. She can help you with your needs if you have call center needs. But let me just let her put a plug in herself. Go ahead, DeLaine.
Oh, plug. All right, let's plug. I love working with customers and solving all their problems. And overall, at the end of the day, I'm going to save you time, right? There is an expert on your team that knows your phone system, but knowing the competitive landscape is what my business is. And I make sure my clients are taken care of from the beginning of the process all the way through implementation.
Awesome. DeLaine, well said. Thank you for joining us today.
Me.
Oh, we thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm sure our audience did too. So thanks again for joining us on What the Tech, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.